even Dan Bilzerian is monogamous now, and I don't know where I'm going to stand in the future, but at least where I stand now, what you guys, I have never out of four girls that I've proposed this to, the classic Andrew Tate or red pill, the one-sided open relationship where it's open for me but closed for her. I've never had a problem convincing a girl to do that. Now, I don't say it on the first night. I'm like, hey, great first date. Just so you know, if this continues to go well, I'm gonna fuck other bitches and you're not gonna do shit. I don't tell them that. I wait, good 2, 3 months around the time that they want to have like the talk is when I tell it to them. And I know I get there's a little bit of pushback, there's a little bit of feistiness, but I've had like a year and a half relationship where there's no fights over it, at least no fights that last longer than 5 minutes over it. And I would never want to lie to a girl ever again. There's just too much digital footprint now. Like, why did you get an Uber from this hotel at 12 a.m. and I accidentally saw on your phone like there's too much digital footprint. I always get caught. And I don't know what you guys are thoughts are on that, but I would condone that over lying because one is like you're telling her the truth, right? Like, hey, you knew what it was. I told you I was going to smash other bitches, and you chose to accept that, from me, and that's in the contract. Read the fine print. But once trust is broken, that's like a whole thing. Because now it's like, what else are you lying about? What else? Yeah, and does you lose trust on? So
I'm
anyway,
kind
I
of
would recommend that over
surprised.
just lying and cheating.
I'm kind of surprised that you said like 2 or 3 months. I call this the king and queen relationship. The idea, as you said, it's open on your side, closed on her side. As the king, you can do what you want. As the queen, she's loyal to you. So that's why I call it the king and queen relationship. I think my last girlfriend, for example, or actually two girlfriends ago. It was more like 2 weeks, and she told me within like 2 weeks, I know that you see other girls, but eventually I would want you all to myself. And she came to me with that. For me, I didn't really need to explain it in her case at first. I have needed to explain it to others, of course, but in her case, she was well aware of it because of how my social media was set up and the fact that I was posting stories, have things on my Facebook timeline and everything like that. It was always open to start with, to begin with. So there were no surprises in the first place. So that is how I observed my version of the king and queen relationship, the semi-open relationship to work for me without even necessarily needing to have that conversation in advance. It's the conversation would still happen. The setup was just more obvious.